Yeah, we have not done it for a couple of weeks because I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's this thing going around called COVID, and I got it, and I tell you what, I know it's pretty low key, but it's pretty bad.
Never heard of it, mate. You must be making it up.
So welcome to the FineCast. I'm Sultan.
Welcome. I'm Rapscallion.
Yeah, and I'm Warsmith Chris, the third
Yeah,
one.
sorry everyone. I had COVID and I've still got it. Fucking hell, it's horrible. Obviously, it's bad.
Mate, get over it, man. Like, you've had it for 3 weeks now. Just get
I'm still
better.
trying.
Just get better.
I got that long. Chris, you had the old long COVID, right?
No, I had the.
He has long dip syndrome.
Oh yeah,
It's very thin.
Besides, it's very thin. Yeah,
It's like a piece of spaghetti that's been wetted.
It's chai.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. No, I had it for about a week, and then I couldn't sleep properly for about 3 weeks after. It was really weird.
I ain't got that. I've just got it was like a really bad flu-y kind of thing, and then I've just got you can hear my voice a bit now. Like I've had a cold for 2 weeks.
When I got it, I must it's the youth in it. Oh, I had it for 3 days and I was fine. And it literally, I went positive, and it was like the most crappy positive I've ever seen. It was like such a faded line. I was like, is it even? And then I took another one, and it was like, it's still there. There can't be 2 tests that are broken. So I took, and then after 3 days, it was like, nah, you're fine. And I was like, great, cool. I didn't feel anything. I just had a bit of a headache. Amazing.
But they did have to take both your ears and your eyes out, though, which is what you're not mentioning.
Oh, that was just for seeing and hearing things I shouldn't have. I assume you just said because I can't hear you.
Yeah. What are we doing today, guys? What are we doing?
We're just going to be fucking about.
We had people actually ask about this because they wanted to hear more of it. So I never thought
one guy,
FineCast, and people actually were upset that we couldn't record because I had to apologise. I said, sorry everyone, I've got COVID.
You garbage.
I'm a mess.
That's some cheering for me.
Look, you guys can't see it, but perhaps look on his face then. That was glorious. I called him garbage. I thought my soul was going to go through the computer screen to him.
It's just we'll get rid. I'll take your eyeballs as
they're already gone, mate.
But Chris has had them. But yeah, it's we're back on the top Trump's bullshit. Like if it ain't broke, milk it till the wheels fall off. Is the old
exactly?
saying.
That's what I do with all my cows.
This is pure cash monies, boys. We're raking it in with this. We're raking it in.
Before we go on, milking wheels makes me think of old time stuff. Is anyone else watching Game of Thrones? Because it is fucking wild.
What, House of the Dragon?
Have you watched it, boys?
No,
I don't have it. I've been watching Rings of Power.
Rings of Power is good.
I ain't been watching any of it.
But did you used to watch Game of Thrones back in the day?
I loved it.
Oh yeah, I've read all the books as well.
Same.
I've read the books
Boys.
and I've watched
I was
the
only
show.
like 5.
Boys, Game of Thrones is fully back on its bullshit. It is next level mad.
I'm on it.
It's like, you're just watching it, and I'm like, oh, that's an interesting choice that you've done for episode 1. And I was like, right, a bit much, don't know how to feel about that. And then it goes episode 2, episode 3, it just keeps going madder and madder.
I'm in.
Get it
Can't
watched.
wait.
It's well good. I turned to my wife and I said, Game of Thrones is back. And I don't mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just back to being Game of Thrones.
It's just back,
weird shit. It's wicked. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that kind of fantasy bullshit. We're here to talk about far future science fiction fantasy bullshit. We are doing, once again, 40k top trumps, everything but the Primarchs. Is that what we called it, Chris?
Everything but the Primarchs. Everything.
Everything but the girl.
Best of the rest.
So basically, the format is each episode we will take 3 characters from the 40k universe, 3 well-known characters from all the different factions and races across the 40k universe, and we're going to rate them top Trump style out of 10 on, there is 5 categories. Now I'm going to recap every episode we do this. I'm going to recap the categories because this might be your first FineCast. If it
Could be.
God help you, strap in. Right.
I'm sorry about that, guy.
Sorry about
I
this.
ain't.
We can't. There's nothing we can do about it. But the
Strap
5
in.
categories
Or strap
are
on.
THB ability, which stands for Triple Hard Bastard ability. How tough you are, how strong you are in the world of 40k. We have the DIY FYI, where it's you have to put up some shelves, you have to paint a bathroom, and do a bit of light plumbing work. How helpful would that character be in your quest to do that DIY. Category number 3 is Galaxy Impact. How much have they changed the 40k universe by being there? Factor number 4 is the swag factor. So how nice are their clothes / style? I've put on here, I've said it again, this was going to be the shag factor, but I don't want to know how you...
No, we don't need to know that, do we? Really?
I don't want to know your peccadillos and your
Old
tastes.
One Eye would get it, right?
He'd be fucking wild.
Like, mate, look, right, there's a reason he's got one eye, okay?
He's got a spare socket, yeah. Let's go.
Straight into the bone on bone action. And the final category...
Chode on chide, let's do it.
The Toby Carvery conundrum, where basically, how would they behave when we go for a nice Sunday lunch, just you and them at Toby Carvery? Now, I'm not going to go over the scores, but in the last episode, we did Gazgul Thracker, we did Trajan Valoris, and we did Old One Eye, which is why we're talking about having sex with Old One Eye, the Tyranny Khan effect. But
that's not why I was talking about it.
We have got 3 more in part 2. We have got 3 more. I have not told these 2 who they are.
Got no idea.
This is all surprises.
But would we fuck them? Let's find out.
We're going to go straight into it. Are you ready for contestant number 1? Chris, hit the really bad sound effects.
Here we
He's not
go,
got
boys.
him, has he? You knew it was coming. I was doing the pre... Oh, that's a long ponytail. It's Jane Czar, the Howling Banshee XR.
I would, but she's pretty loud.
What is she? What is her official title? Is she a lord? What? A Phoenix Lord?
She's a Phoenix Lord, yeah. I've got to say
Phoenix
something
Lord.
now, boys, is that I've been a fan of Howling Banshees since, 2nd edition. I always thought they were the coolest looking Eldar. And I'm going to be extremely biased in favour of Jane Czar, because I think she's a bit of a badass. So that's how it's going to be, I'm afraid.
Then.
The models for Eldar have always been dope, because it's always been Jez Goodwin.
That's why they never got updated.
Jane Czar, decent model, but nowhere near as good as Cramdras, Chris. The Shadow Hunter. He's basically Predator with a chainsaw. He's sick.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
But the new Jane Czar is killing it. Let's just say.
Yeah, he's good.
She
He's
is
very, very good. Now,
killing it.
Let's go. First of all, triple hard bastard ability. Now, she is a Phoenix Lord, but she's only an Eldar. Discuss.
Oh, okay. Well, for a start, I mean, her hard bastardness is slightly different to that of people like Gazgul and Trajan, right?
Yeah,
they're
enough
like
of that anyway.
Physical, yeah, they're just like physical bulk, and they'll smash someone's head in. But Jane Czar, she's the kind of one who will she'll cut your head off, but you won't realise at the time. There'll be that little red line will appear. You'll carry on talking and shouting at her, and then you'll be like, it'll cut you, and you'll be like, ooh, and then your head will
like
slide
in
off to the
Equilibrium,
side.
where his face comes off. Spoiler for a 1999 film, Equilibrium, or 2000
great film.
I was going to watch that.
Christian Bale and Sean Bean. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think she's triple hard. As in, like, if you gave her a good smack with a power fist, she's dead. But you can't hit her. You just can't hit her.
Yeah, you can't hit her.
To hit
She's very graceful. She's an agility type Pokemon, right?
What?
All her power comes from being so agile you can't get near her, and then so lethal that you can't be alive anymore to punch her, right? So you try and punch her, but actually all the important pipes and tubes and stuff that is inside your body, that all the juices go around in, they're all damaged, and you can't do anything about it. All the stuff on the inside is coming out, and you weren't ready for it. She's quick, and she shouts really fucking loud.
I do want to keep all my stuff on the inside.
Yeah, keep it on the inside.
We'll say, if we're going back to Game of Thrones as a reference point, there was somebody else like that on Game of Thrones who was super show-offy and super deadly and known, the Viper, and we all know what happened to him. Spoilers for Game of Thrones. You've had your chance. He got his eyeballs gouged out by a really
pushed
big
into
lad.
his head.
So,
he got too overconfident.
I kind of agree with you, Chris. She's a bad bitch, as they say, no muzzle, as they say on the streets these days.
Yeah, no muzzle.
But
if you get her, she's gone, right?
Yeah, a stiff breeze. She's toughness 3. Do you know what I'm saying? It's
I know.
So it's that glass cannon sort of. She is rock hard, but if you get hold of her and give her a bit of a Chinese burn,
she's done.
Probably
she's out.
She's done.
All right. I'll tell you what. I would propose a 7, right? And the reason why I propose a 7 is because she'll kill you. 9 out of 10 times she's going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But then if someone like Ghazghkull or Trajan gets one punch on her, she's completely and utterly dead. She's one punch KO, right? She's dead. So I think a 7 represents the fact that most of the time she's going to kill you, but unlike Ghazghkull, who could just have his head cut off and still be cool about it, she doesn't have the resilience, she doesn't have the staying power. And in a prolonged fight, there's a more chance that she's going to take a stray blow, maybe. But she's very good.
Fair. I think a 7 is about right, because on killing factor, she's up there. That's her job. She is master of killers, of good killers. She is like best of the best.
She is like all killer, no filler. That's her thing.
Yeah, all killer, no filler.
If she got COVID,
wipe her out.
She'd have long COVID for like 4 months. You know
Nurgle would fuck her up.
Yeah.
Although,
right,
she could probably see and cut the COVID virus in half in the air before it got to her. But if one stray COVID cell did make it into her, she'd be done. Yeah,
a globule just happens to get her from behind.
Yeah, just one globule.
That's it.
Let's say that word again. Globule. I like that.
Globule. Right.
A COVID node.
We're giving her a 7 for that. Now we're going to go into the DIY FYI. Now, 2 factors at play here for me. 1, Eldar don't shit.
They don't do that shit, man. Yeah.
Right. So bathroom. So also
Eldar shit crystals.
DIY is so beneath Jane Czar that not only is she doesn't know how plumbing works, because she just doesn't even understand it as a concept. She's like, what you want about? She probably has her shit into like a sieve or something to catch a diamond or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be like, I'm not doing this. I'm fucking Jane Czar. I should be like walking gracefully around a meadow or something like on my off time. Do you know what I mean? I think this is gonna be very low. I think she's possibly got the mind to work out the issues.
Yeah.
But there is not a chance in hell she's going to do anything with it. She's not going to help.
No, I would suggest giving her a 0, but then I remembered that all of the Howling Banshee ilk are pretty good at dyeing their hair red, right? So she's got to have some bathroom skills. I've seen my missus dye her hair. There's a lot of faff goes on with it. You know what I mean? They have to put like plastic shit.
She'd have a nice
and
mirror
she's
then.
got gloves on. Yeah, she's got a mirror. She must have a mirror. She's got like the gloves on, and she's running it through her hair, and then she's waiting 40 minutes with Alexa set as a timer. Then she goes in and has to wash it off, and then, you know, if any...
This isn't how good is she in the bathroom. This is how good sorting the bathroom out.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that...
What was she like, guys? Did you took her home last night? How was she in the bathroom?
Yeah. I want to give her 1 point for probably being able to dye her hair all right, yeah?
She's getting 1 purely because if she... I don't know, if the wind of fate, 1 in a million chance she went, I will help this poor mortal cretin do the bathroom, she might give a bit of a paintbrush.
I think the problem is, like all her fate dice are about charging and saving throws and stuff like that. So like they're not going to help with DIY. It just doesn't work.
That's why I think 1 is fair, because, you know, she's going to have a notion of the tidy up phase after dyeing her hair, and, you know, that will give her some kind of, you know, more. I think she'll have more than an orc. An orc's going to just shit in its pants where it's standing, right? If it needs
Which keeps
to.
your bathroom clean.
So at least she's been in a bathroom.
Ghazghkull got a 2. Ghazghkull got a 2.
Yeah, but that's because he had the big snippy claw, isn't it? So he can cut through wires.
He's got a pipe cut.
I'll help you.
Pipe cut. Right, so I think 1 is fine. Like, she is not going to help. She's got it within her power to help. She might. I think probably the best thing you'll get, which is where she gets a 1, is she'll see you doing something wrong to the point of fatality, and she might go, "Don't do that because you will die."
Yeah, come on, monkey.
Like, what else to do? She'll just say, "Don't do that because you'll die." And I've seen in the Strands of Fate, in 10 years' time, you're going to give a crisp to somebody, and that's going to impact the Strands.
And that all starts because you plugged that in wrong. Yeah,
exactly. Because you put that, you tried to make toast while you're in the bath.
Yeah.
No, don't do
what?
I've got this. I don't know if I've told this story before, but I've got a DIY error. My cousin, who's
rest in peace.
He's still alive. When he was working like on a building site at uni in between years, like as a summer job, he had like a Stanley knife, right? And this is fucking famous in my family. And you know the Stanley knife where you've got to unscrew the Stanley knife, replace the blade, and screw it back in.
Yeah.
He, to try and save time, he opened his hand out, put the Stanley knife in the middle of his hand, and tried to tighten it with an electric screwdriver. So what happened was, it basically just turned this Stanley knife into like a rotary blade, and like fucked up his hand so bad.
It's like drilled through his hand.
That's horrible.
So in our family, like that's like that. Just this noise is like a punchline to stuff because it's like fucking stupidity and that noise.
Yeah, and flying fingers.
Wow. That's rough.
James R would go, "Don't do that. It's rough."
Yeah, don't do that.
I've seen the
He's
strands
right,
of
like,
fate. You shouldn't use a power
everything.
drill on a Stanley knife when it's open in the palm of your hand.
Top
and
tips from the
every other
FineCast.
person would be like, well, yeah. And then but your cousin would be like, Jesus Christ, thank you. You've just saved my life.
Thank you, James R. Thank you, James
Thank
R.
you.
for this. He's all
His
right.
hand
His hand
works,
works and everything.
But it is a
it's
lobster claw. So, yeah, swings and roundabouts. Yeah.
It's basically like a concertina of fingers.
Yeah.
It's a mess, but it's fine.
It's like pencil sharpener fingers.
DIY FYI 1 out of 10, James R. Galaxy Impact. Now, I don't know much about Eldar lore. Chris, I imagine you're going to be the person to go to for this. What is James R's Galaxy Impact?
You know, I haven't read Jane's R yet. It's one of the things I want to read.
Okay.
But I do know the Phoenix Lords, the name suggests that they don't die. They keep coming back, right?
Right.
I know at the start of the Azaman book, Azaman dies and then he... Not a spoiler, it's literally the first page. And he just comes back again like 20 years later or whatever, because that's just what they do. They just come back. So I don't really know. She probably has done some important stuff, but I've yet to read up on it. So Galaxy Impact, an unknown 5. I don't know.
We've got to do it right in the middle, haven't we? The thing is, though, is that Eldar are known for that, aren't they? They're known for having one of the biggest impacts in the
so
galaxy
much impact,
of all,
they have no
because
impact. Yeah.
they're doing mad shit that they haven't done, but they're making happen. But if we don't know, we don't know. So is it our fault that we are unprepared for this? Yes. But does that make me feel?
I know
bad
that nobody's
that
asking
an
me
Eldar's
about my
getting...
knowledge, and let me tell you, it's for good reason because I ain't got a fucking clue.
Yeah.
Oh
totally.
shit!
Oh, hang on. Chris is looking up pornography on his phone, or facts
Both.
about Jane's R.
Right, I need to stop this right now.
Oh my!
Why
God,
has it got
what?
speaker on? We can't.
No, because I'm also I've been listening to the Night Lords trilogy, and
Right.
the very the first fucking thing it says about Jane Zara is that she's been tasked with hunting the Chaos Space Marine Talos Valkoran, the commander of the first
she's
Order
shit
Tenth
at that,
Company of the
then.
Night Lords. Which means that in Book 3, which I've yet to start, but Book 3 is where I'm at, that it's probably going to be about that, because I know it's about Eldar.
So you're trying to tell us that she might have Galaxy Impact in a book you haven't read yet?
Yeah,
And you're spoiling
possibly.
stuff for you.
I'm spoiling stuff for
for
myself.
yourself.
So let's just stop.
In an attempt to have some knowledge.
Yeah, fuck that. I'd rather not know and give some bad advice. Let's just say she's done a few cool things, maybe.
We're giving her 5. It's down the middle. We don't know.
Yeah, she killed a
Look,
guy once.
The problem is with Eldar fans is not you, Chris, but
They're all
most
fucking
Eldar
weird.
fans are nutters. they're not the same
kidding, I
level
love
of
you.
Chaos Space Marine players, but they are. I'm not.
That's me breaking
they
stuff.
are up there. Eldar players are nutters, so we are going to get not even emails, letters, handwritten letters.
Yeah, handwritten letters,
saying,
yeah.
How dare
With,
you? 5 out of 10.
With Eldar
Feather and
symbols
quill.
everywhere. Yeah.
Quill and
It's going to be
ink.
written in hieroglyphics, and we'll be like, what the fuck is this?
It looks like a snake drinking
Why
a Dr.
is Set
Pepper. What does it mean?
punching Ra in the face? And then we're like, no, that's Eldar.
So, she's getting a 5, and if you got a problem with that, then
Yeah.
show it with your ass.
Fuck off. Yeah.
Welcome to the Finecast. If you got a
Yeah.
problem with it, fuck off.
Fuck
By the
off.
way, we've not recorded in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Like we should be begging people to listen at this.
This is
stage.
at the juncture
But-
I want to say it's like, right, not my fault. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Like, if you hate this, not my fault.
and then also, Sultan's distant. We're not even a united front. Like Sultan's
No,
like,
we're
well,
not,
I ain't
no.
doing any of that.
Nah,
So
Nah, yeah.
these two.
I was ready to go.
love me,
Oh,
these two can
they
fuck
know
off.
I was ready to go. It's on the Instagram.
Right,
sat in
listen.
fucking Riverside.
Listen, Jane's R, swag factor, Now,
that hair though,
I think the new model's face is stupid. I'm going to bring it up.
Have a look.
That's the whole point of her, because she's meant to look like the crone, isn't she? She's meant to look fucking scary.
Is the point right? Hang on, right. So
how do you spell Zar?
Look stupid on purpose.
Oh,
like,
just Z-A-R.
Z.
Z-A-R,
yeah.
Images.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, she's got like a Harlequin face, isn't she?
She looks
Couple of
stupid.
things, yeah. So she's
Nice hair.
She's
though.
wearing
What the fuck's up with that belly button? What's going on? Why her armor got a belly button? I don't like that.
Right.
Yeah,
like a
guys,
paunch as well. No.
Chill the fuck out, right?
It's like
she's
a sewing
tight
needle, just
body glove suit. Yeah, but she's supposed to be terrifying. She's not supposed to look friendly. She's got that kabuki thing going on, you know, where they have all the crazy hair and the crazy like pale face and everything.
Well, that's fine. But it's the belly button. What's going on with that?
Hey,
listen,
I tell you what, lads. Lads. GW can't fucking sculpt hair for shit, can they? Fuck me. The new plastic CAD system can't do pelts or hair. Fucking hell. She looks like a porcupine.
That's because she's got kabuki hair. That's why. Oh my god, you've got.
I don't mind her hair.
Don't be like this. Yeah, but don't be like this about Jane's art. She's
I'll tell you what. In I don't know if she's coming up, but if you, I disagree with the fact that you can hear my keyboard clicking because I'm looking at the model.
We can always hear your keyboard clicking. It's the loudest thing on fucking earth.
Yeah. Anyway, like I think GW can do hair because look at Lilith Hesperax. Hers is cool.
Yeah, they can, and her hair's great. But
the new model
isn't her actual
not the old
hair.
bad.
You know, it's like.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's show hair. It's.
I like the hair, Chris. It's the weird. Was the armor born?
Creepy.
Was the armor born from woman? Did it need a belly button?
What?
Yes, it was.
Why is the armor right? Did the armor have an umbilical cord? That's what I'm asking. Because why the fuck does the armor need?
Because it's supposed to represent.
Shoes.
Oh my god!
She's got a weird mask. The old Jane's R model was better. Yeah, I said it.
Right, shut up. That's controversial.
I need to back up that claim.
It's not better. You're about to eat your words.
I need to back up that claim.
I mean, the old Jane's R model is.
Yeah, it was sick. The old Jane's.
Shut up!
Why'd you change your hair colour? What's going on?
That face is bold, and it's. And like
you know what she looks like? She looks like she's just like fucking sneak into her siblings' room to like throw open the door and throw something or something. It's like, tiptoe down the corridor.
She looks like Tina Turner. That's definitely my nostalgia overtaking anything there. Because,
I like the James R model.
The old model is interesting. The new model's fine, but she's not got a lot of swag. She's got
those tassels though on the spear.
I am big into the new model. I think that her vibe is creepy ghost woman. She's supposed to have that creepy aspect that all the Eldar stuff has, all the Lord stuff, where it's kind of these horrible, lithe, godlike demigod things. I think she looks great.
I think it's a cool pose. I think it's a cool pose.
Seeing it from different angles and in different colours. There's one like I've seen on Reddit here that's like black armour and green weapons. And like she looks pretty cool, like taken from above.
Right, completely unbiased here. Completely unbiased. 12 out of 10. All right?
All right.
There we go.
I'll give her a 6.
Yeah, I'll go with 6 because I don't appreciate the look, but if we give her
with 12, 6, that equals a 7
I'll
total.
fucking kick off right here. I'll leave.
It's a 6.
Okay.
I think she looks. Yeah, she's not my favourite.
I like her mask. I don't mind the hair. I like her halberd thing. It's just why does the armor need anatomy? Like,
yeah,
I don't like that.
I think you need to get over that.
I can't.
She's supposed to look.
I can't get over
like she doesn't need clothes because she's a fucking Eldar demigod.
The thing is, as well, with them shoes, it's like if you look, as soon as she lands on the floor, she's got clown shoes on. She's got like pointy clown shoes.
All right, I need to reopen the image now to see these pointy clown shoes.
Twist it on the GW website.
They're spiky shoes,
they are
so that
spiky,
she can.
Aren't they?
So she can do someone's throat in while she's jumping past them. Yeah,
because she's got clown shoes,
mate. So here's the thing: if I don't know if this is just for me. Okay, it's probably just converting currency badly. But I've gone on Google Images, typed in Jane Zar. First image that comes up, top left, Jane Zar Games Workshop. Clicked on it, Games Workshop, Jane Zar Games Workshop web store, £26,400.51.
Yeah,
I mean that sounds about right for GW, but that might be slightly off. Yeah.
Take that, Warhammer, you bunch of bastards.
Because she's that cool. She's that cool that you have to pay 26 grand for her.
That's what you'd pay for him, Chris.
And that's what I'd pay for her,
yeah, exactly. And the rest.
You'd pay that much just to sniff her.
Right, stop it. Let's not make this into something. She's a powerful being. She's not that kind of person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Chris, you wouldn't even get fucking close enough to stiff her. She'd cut your head off.
I said sniff, but yeah.
It'd just be a line. You'd have a red line over my neck, and I'd look in the mirror, and I'd be like, "Am I all right?" And when I'd go to brush my hair, and my head would fall off. All right, so that's what would happen.
Head comes off. Right. Yeah. What's she going to be like at a Toby Carvery? We've arrived at the Toby Carvery conundrum.
Precise.
First of all, is she going to eat any of the offerings from the Toby Carvery?
She's the server. She'll be cutting up the meat.
No, well, she could cut up some really good
well cut
slice. She could carve
and not
some
skimping
meat.
either. Right.
Yeah.
Here's a big chunk. You want some beef? Here's the whole thing.
Eldar are all about decadence, right? And tell me, what is more decadent than a delicious Toby Carvery?
A succulent Chinese meal.
Hang on. Eldar famously aren't all about decadence because they're the ones that aren't because they figured out that too much decadence is a bad thing. Much like
but that's what they did.
A diabetic lad, they figured out pretty early on. They were like, hang on, if we overindulge too much, this is going to have consequences. So no, Chris, they're not about decadence. The
original Eldar were, and that's how they fucked a Chaos God into life. So she's good, but she's been around a while. So I think she'll remember that, and she'll be like, "Oh, go on then." It won't make a new god
and
just
then
yet.
Slash DOS.0 just appears. Yeah.
I think she'd be looking at you going, "Are you going to eat the fifth Yorkshire pudding?" You know, my mate ate a fifth Yorkshire pudding, and then a demonette come out of his dick. So,
you know what happened last time someone ate a fifth Yorkshire pudding? Chaos God.
Are you really? Are you really going to do that? Do you want a fiend of Slanesh?
He ejaculated a demonette.
Now,
sounds like a great
I'm trying to be on Jane's side here, I think you're probably right. She is going to be a bit of a drag because she's going to keep telling you about how the great enemy, the Slanesh, is going to eat her soul and all this kind of shit. So I think you'd get a bit sick of it. Yeah, I think she would.
I think she'd sit in the car, to be honest. I think she'd be like, I'm not going in there. It's not very clean. It's not even that good. You're just going to eat a lot. And to be honest with you, I've been around enough gluttony in my life.
I think she'd be too good for the car.
Yeah. She'd probably sit on like the embankment by the car park and just meditate or something else.
She'd be cursing the fact she has to stand on Earth, to be honest. Like,
with the monkey. Yeah.
She's pretty low, isn't she?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a 2 or a 3, mate.
Yeah, I think so. We've got Old One Eye at a 2 because if you could satiate him with a bit of meat, he'd be like a big dog. Trajan Valoris, I think Trajan Valoris would tell you everything you're doing wrong. Jane Zara just wouldn't tell you anything. So I think she gets a 2 purely because you'd be able to.
She wouldn't be in the room. You'd just be eating and enjoying a Toby Carvery by yourself, which is a little bit weird, but not.
Although she might be able to do like a somersault over you and carve a roast beef joint into like 50 perfectly sized slices. I'm saying that there might be a bonus, so maybe a 3.
But I don't think she'd waste a time on that.
No, because you have to imagine that in this situation, you've got to be at least acquaintances. You've got to be mates. She's going to want to impress you somewhat, right?
I've just got a really lovely idea in my head of her getting mad going, "Is Pepsi okay? Is Pepsi okay?" And then cutting the 16-year-old waitress's head off because she wanted Coca-Cola. I don't know why.
But the waitress carries on for another 10 minutes before she realises that she's been beheaded. And her head slides off.
She does a full
It's like the thing from
and
Kill
then
Bill.
Gets to a car, her head falls off perfectly into the skin.
It's Kill Bill Volume 2, spoilers for the 1993 film, but or 2003 film, sorry, where she does like the da-da-da-da, and then Bill takes 7 steps and dies. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Jane Zara's 4,700 step palm exploding head coming off technique.
Sorry, it's 2004, so my bad, sorry.
I love the way he's like, we've spoiled some absolute belters tonight. If you're listening to this 20 years ago, then just be warned.
It's a bit late now, but go watch Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, all right? Volume 1's better, but 2's still good.
20 years old, that film.
Almost 20.
And if you end up watching Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis is dead for the whole thing.
That's spoilers, 1996.
Oh, shit. Sorry, the 1996.
Mate, I was a year old and I knew Bruce Willis was dead.
Right, and if you watch Die Hard, spoilers, he ends up then going to a spaceship in The Fifth Element. So that's spoilers.
Yeah.
That's a great film. Anyway, we're only like halfway through the first character and we're 30 minutes in. Let's carry on.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
So that's Jane's
right.
I'm gonna recap it.
Okay, hang on. I've done the cheering. Wait, okay, let's start again.
Ready. Yeah. Triple R Bastard ability for Jane's Eye is a 7, DIY, FYI a 1, Galaxy Impact is a 5, Swag Factor is a 6, and the Toby Carvery Conundrum is a 2. Thank you, Jane's Eye. Goodbye. Are we ready for contestant number 2?
Oh, yeah.
I think we are, when I get the volume back up on this.
Oh, baby. If you thought Chris's propaganda was bad before, wait till you hear this one. It is the hero of the revolution, the undisputed leader, not leader, but important pillar of the Gene Stealer cult community. He is the Kellamorph, and as a Gene Stealer cult collector and big fan of Gene Stealer cults, this is where I am going to be probably
Billy the Nid.
Most biased.
Let's do this.
This
Billy
is
the
the
Nid.
Kellamorph. For people that don't know, he is the
Arthur
gunslinger
Spawngun.
of.
He's the rootin' tootin' son of a gun.
Stealer cult. So
10.
I think I'm just gonna if you just indulge me for a second, I'm gonna explain what the Kellamorph is because it's interesting and no fucker knows because it's Gene Stealer.
All right,
cult,
nerd,
right?
go on then.
Here we go, fucking nerd. So
Nerd.
Basically what happens is in a Gene Stealer cult revolution, they've figured it out. All the cults have figured it out through the Tyranids, through the Gene Stealer in its brain patterns and stuff. They've figured out that how to do it so successfully now that the Kellamorph is created by the Patriarch. So all the special characters you see, they're all created for specific purposes. And the Kellamorph is created not only because he's good at shooting and he can take out like high-ranking targets, but he's also created as a piece of propaganda for the cult because he shows the uprising and he shows that anyone can be a hero. So he or she. So the whole point of a Kellamorph is that they are a symbol. So they're not only are they sick at their job, but they are like a beautiful symbol of freeing yourself from the yoke of oppression.
Oh.
So that's the Kellamorph. Now, Triple R Bastard ability.
He's got 3 guns. I love him.
He's got 3 guns.
He's got 3 guns, a full Deadeye meter, and he hasn't got TB. Yep. Spoilers. So let's do it. He's in 10.
It's a spoiler of the 2018.
Right? Don't allude to it anymore. Just move past because that's
it's 4 years old. It's 4 years old. You move it or lose it. All right.
Don't say it. Don't say
it. Right. So
anyway, so in this game,
it is just a weird little bald-headed freak that is from nothing. And
I'm going to have to insist that we give him the James R treatment in the fact that he can blast when he starts blasting. So I started blasting.
You need an ambulance for you.
Yeah, he could do some stuff. But at the same time, if you hit him on the head with one, like one of his mates, the ones that carry the stop signs or whatever, and stuff. If one of them bonked him on the head, I think he's over. I think he's done with
for sure.
A strong wind. Yeah,
he can go back to the shadows, but he's got to shoot what he can first.
I think he's like a 5.
He is
just he's cool with his guns, but like a minute a Space Marine looks at him, he's dead.
He's not a tough lad.
I think that's really fair. I think a 5. Like if he gets the drop on you and he gets his guns out, you are dead because he is a good shot. Yeah. He knows what he's doing, and he's got 3 of them. So 5 is fair. 5 is fair in the pantheon, right? 5 is fair. Now DIY FYI. This is going to be high because, first of all, he wants to help, and he's got 3 fucking arms.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to hold stuff in place, painting. You can give him 3
he can
brushes.
hold a shelf and drill it in at the same time. Which
exactly,
we're supposed to do as humans with 2 arms, and we can't. So, like, that's amazing. So useful.
This has to be... And he wants to help you, because as long as you say revolutions are good in it, he'll go, fucking yeah it is, and then you say, you know the revolution needs this bathroom doing, and he'll go, oh fuck yeah.
Do you want it red?
Yeah.
I reckon he's a 10. I think he's a straight 10.
He's so helpful.
Who else has got 3? Who else can do that? Who else can hold a screw, screw it in, and balance and hold something else at the same time? Hold the shelf up, like you said.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And also, while you're doing it, he's going to regale you with tales about how he shot like a really corrupt planetary governor in his eyeball. So it's going to be fun as well.
Does he know that he's going to be converted into biomass?
Spoilers, mate. Don't allude to it.
He doesn't know that, does he?
No, that's the beauty. So the beauty of the Gene Stealer cult is none of them know. Everyone thinks that when the Tyranids eventually arrive and they get what they want,
they're just bros. Yeah,
they think that they're gonna take them with them and show them untold pleasures, and they're gonna rule the galaxy together, and they're gonna be valued pieces of it. And then as soon as the Tyranids come, the Patriarch just looks at everyone and goes, "See ya," and he jumps into the biomass pool straight away. That's his first thing he does. And then all the Neuralinks broken, and they all just go, "Oh, that was a weird dream." And then they all go, "Oh no," and then you get eaten.
We've been done. We've been had.
So 10 out of 10 DIY FYI.
Legend.
Galaxy Impact. Now
0.
I'm gonna say this is not a big. We're at the old One-Eye stage again, whereas this genus, this type of creature is numerable across the galaxy, but they don't have a massive impact on a galactic scale.
No.
But they are rotting the Imperium from the inside.
It's like the same as like a Primarchs lieutenant, right? There's millions of them, and individually they don't do very much.
Yeah, maybe there might be one that's done something cool, but I don't think we can really... Considering we've got people like Gazgul and probably other people with proper impact,
Trajan Valoris,
I don't think we can give a guy a gunman. He's just good at he might make an impact on a battle.
Yeah,
I'm going to say a 2 because he's the same as Old One-Eye in exactly the same way, because he will have an impact on a battle. Maybe even 1 point more because he makes more revolutions happen than Old One-Eye. Old One-Eye is a fire and forget missile. This guy gets this guy or girl or creature gets millions of people to throw down the shackles of oppression.
Old One-Eye is in the scriptures of the Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Like as written about, as in like this Tyranid, bro.
He's
like,
made
he was nuts on McCrag, whereas the Kelemorph is just like exists.
Yeah,
I think we'd have to go a point lower than Old One-Eye for that reason.
He doesn't. If he does his job well, nobody knows.
How about this? He's a 1 with an asterisk for best cowboy in the galaxy.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Right, he's a 1. I think that's fair. I wasn't coming in super high. I was like a 2, a 3, or a 1. So 1 I'm fine with.
No, I get it.
Swag factor
10.
Are we saying 10
this guy?
away,
yes, he's got a bandana. He knows what's about.
Got a bandana.
He's got holsters.
He's got really cool shoes.
Got a cloak.
I've painted him with a golden gun.
So she had a horse.
He's a bad boy.
I'm a bit hurt.
Come on, Chris.
About how we handled Jane Czar, so I'm in a petition for a 9.
You're going to petition for a 9? For a 9? You're literally only a bit hurt.
Yeah, because he's cool. He's cool as fuck, but because Jane Czar got sort of the raw end of the deal, and I love her, can we please just give him a 9 so that I don't feel like as bad?
Here we go. He's a 9 because he's not got a cowboy hat on.
That's true. Yeah, he had a cowboy hat.
I'm down with
I forgot. The one I made, I made one recently for an event that's upcoming to give away. Wild West, go to it. It's great. And he has a cowboy hat, so he's a 10. But this one,
Sultan, you've done an incredible paint job and it looks fantastic. But much like you've done the same thing that Tabletop Tactics have done, and because the hat is slightly too small for the head, it does look like George Dawes. It looks like George Dawes from Shooting Stars, and it's not your fault. It's
George
so
Dawes.
Because when I saw that conversion for Tabletop Tactics, I was like, that looks like fucking
it might be
George
the same.
Dawes with the tiny
it might be the same thing. George Dawes.
From Shooting Stars. Just put George Dawes Cowboy.
Oh, you're probably too young for that shit.
Oh my god,
Shooting Stars.
Chris,
oh my god.
I was born the year after Pulp Fiction.
But boys, I'm going to totally forget, so I have to mention it now, right? Just hang on 1 second. I have to mention it now. I'm going to post this on Instagram, right? So we do that bonus content.
How do you spell Dawes?
We basically post stuff that isn't like DAWES.
What you mean? You mean Matt Lucas?
Matt Lucas.
Yeah. George Dawes, for fuck's sake.
When he was funny.
Right, listen, we need to stay on track
never
here.
Been funny as long as I've been
I'm going to post this as a thing, because when we do our PR, it is completely useless, and it doesn't help anybody.
Hey.
I'm going to post this on Instagram now whilst we're recording. But I've shown you working pictures of it, boys. Work in progress pictures of it, but some bonus content.
Dr. Man.
He's finished.
Yes.
Dr. Mantido. No, this is Son of Mantido.
Son of Mantido, yeah.
Son of Mantido. Right, so basically...
What noise does he make? Is it like a...
Yeah, no, he's got an evil villain voice for sure.
Oh, yeah, like Skeletor.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm showing the lads is I've started collecting Deathwatch as a way to sort of use cheap in Imperium sprues and stuff like that. And so I was making some Primarchs Assault Intercessors, and Sultan sent me some bits, and people have been sending me bits and this and that and this. I'm doing all my mates who've got chapters. I've been doing chapters of them, and I was like, and I've got a spreadsheet, and it says like on the spreadsheet it says like chapter, successor chapter, what like tactics have they got, and what notes when I'm converting one. And I get the shoulder pad out, and I've got a picture of the shoulder pad, and I put it with the model. I go, right, what are we gonna do? Straight away, I knew I had to do a Mantis Warriors one, and the only notes in the Mantis Warriors entry, it just says notes, and it says right-angled chainsword. So I've built Son of Mantido with the stupid right-angled chainsword that we saw off the internet that we saw when we were discussing Mantis Warriors. I also, as the lads will say, I'm going to post this picture now on Instagram so everyone can see. I also put an Ambot head on him, which is like the mantis, like
little
weird,
insectoid head in it. Yeah,
but it is such a big fat head that it doesn't quite work. But it looks so good because it doesn't work. It's one of my favorite models I've ever done.
I can just hear it. Godspeed, Spider-Man.
And I'm not going to post anything. I'm not going to post it with any like explanation. I'm just going to post Son of Mantido. They'll know what it is, and when they listen to this, they'll go back and go, I see what that is. Bonus concept. Fucking stupid. But anyway, we're back. Kellamorph, swag factor, 9. Are we all happy?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, 9 is good.
Right, now we're on to the Toby Carvery conundrum. So, first of all, not only has he got 3 hands, so he can help you out when he
can pour gravy on both your plates at once.
Pour gravy on both plates. But also, he's going to help the workers unite and revolt, and you're going to get your meal for free because he's going to overthrow the chains of the Toby Carvery oppression.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, little known fact about Toby Carvery, they oppress. That's what they do.
I mean,
they oppress the neighbourhood.
Yeah. I mean, when you get 3 meats for that cheap, there's got to be someone suffering for those prices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
some poor cows.
It's the 16-year-old barmaid who's dead in her car because Jane's R went in.
Jane's R is the manager of Toby Carvery, all right?
Yeah. Should have served Coca-Cola.
Or that lad who like cuts the meat and you're like, oh, can I have a bit of both, please? And he's like, oh, if you're having a bit of both, you're having paper-thin slices. And I'm like, mate, I am paying £10 for this meal. Fucking give me £10.
Give me some meat.
A lot of money in Swindon. It's a lot of money in Swindon, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's enough to buy a house, bro.
Tenner.
But yeah, I think he's got to be high. He's got to be high because he's going to be helpful. He'll, again, when you're just sitting down, he'll chat with you about like how like miners deserve better rights, and he'll make you feel good because that's what he's designed to do.
He'll ask if you voted for New Labour.
To make exactly.
He's got a cloak, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he does.
Got a nice
yeah,
cloak.
I reckon his 3 at hands. He could swoop some Yorkshires under his cloak, so no one would even.
And you know
he's
what?
got
This
them.
isn't part of the meal, but like when you go to leave, best hugs. All right, like best hugs.
Yeah,
3 arms.
Yeah. He's gonna hug you tight and pat.
It's
going to
be like a Y-shaped strap, right? So he's got 2 round you, and one goes up between your legs. You feel so safe.
All right. I mean, that's a 9. That's a 9 if I ever heard one.
Yeah. It's got to be a 9.
I'm gonna push for 10 because he is gonna get you the extra Yorkshires. Like you're right, he's gonna smuggle the extra Yorkshires. And the thing is, he's not gonna say, "Do you want any more Yorkshires?" You're gonna sit down, and he's gonna be like,
"He'll have them."
Hey, guess what? And you'll go, "What?" And he'll spin one on his finger like a basketball because it'll be cool. And he'll be like, Shh, extra Yorkshire, and it'll just land on your plate, and he'll be like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and then when you're done with the meals, you're like, give me them plates, and he'll go, dung, 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 bam, 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 and shoot them out the sky.
like Duck Hunt.
Yeah. And you're like, wow, and you'll be covered in China and bleed, but it'd be great.
I think a 10. The only issue, and it's not going to be an issue because you'll have eaten by that point because he cares about you, is he will get the workers to revolt, but he'll make sure that you're fed and full, and then
because you're a worker,
revolt.
yeah.
He cares. Right, so the Kellamorph, here we go. Triple R Bastard ability 5, DIY FYI a 10, Galaxy Impact a 1, Swag Factor a 9, and the Toby Carvery Conundrum a 10. A very strong showing from the Kellamorph, as it
should be. We ain't the same as we used to be.
Right, so we avoided all the spoilers for a certain thing there that Sultan tried to, but we saved it there.
I didn't try to, mate. I succeeded. You just talked over me.
Yeah, but they don't know what it is you're talking about because hopefully
Star Wars Episode 5: Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
there we go.
He gets ill.
So we've got one more contestant number 3 for this episode. Shall we reveal contestant number 3? I don't know.
It's Toby from the Toby Carvery.
accent 1 or 2, Chris, you pick.
Accent 2, mate.
Hello, mate. It is Belisarius Call from the Admech and his house of weird stuff like Pee-wee's house. Because I did like the robot voice.
Dragon's Den.
But I also, when we did Dragon's Den, he's back. But I also,
I'll tell you what.
But I also did a West Country voice for him for some reason.
Yeah, do it again, but do the other one, and then people can pick the one they prefer, can't they?
Oh, I can't quite believe it.
Hang on.
I'm Belisarius Call, and I run the Admech.
Oh, I was going to do a drum roll again. Give him a proper.
All right, yeah, do it. I'll do it again.
All right,
I'll do it again. All right, my lover, I've got wires coming out of my dick. I'm a Belisarius Call.
That was better than I was expecting it to be, both really in accent and
it's
wire.
Really hard to do accent, right? So we're doing.
It's not for me, mate. Where I come from.
Call, High Priest of the Admech, leader of the Admech, special robot boy. He is
bit of a creepy guy.
He's a very, very creepy guy.
He crawls everywhere.
Very
and
good
he
at
hangs out
things.
with his mate Morphe.
Very
Morphe
good at
Richards.
inventing things and tea. He hangs out with Morphe Richards.
Fucking loves a kettle.
All the other lore that we did with that weird episode of Dragon's Den. Probably my favourite episode we've done, you know.
I'm going to bed
it's beautiful,
to fuck my toaster. And eat
toast. Sultan's off to do what he wants.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't impersonating anyone.
I'm going to find this one difficult, guys, because I really do find Belisarius Cruel a bit gross.
Yeah, but he's so grimdark in terms of setting.
He's super grimdark.
Yeah, he's perfect for 40k.
Yeah,
he's just a fucked up.
He's got weird
mishmash.
Machinations. He's not good. Yeah. He's not bad. He's doing what he thinks right, but he's also not. He's also doing what he just wants to do.
Destroying lore.
Keeping secrets. What a fucking ace 40k character. Right. Triple R Bastard ability. He is walking on a bed of little legs.
He's pretty hard.
Insect legs, isn't it?
And he's pretty hard. He's a big boy. And
he's more machine than man.
He is more machine now.
Definitely.
And Darth Vader was the same, and he was hard.
Yeah, and... Yeah. If he can just invent his way out of problems.
Just invent like someone goes to shoot him and he's just like, hold on, and he's like, and firstly, like as the bullets flying towards him, he invents a time slow machine to give himself more time, and then he slows time, then while that's happening, he invents a full force field, and he's good.
No, he's got to be more like Inspector Gadget. He doesn't invent it on the spot, but he's already got gadgets, right?
That just comes
so, like,
out.
Someone tries to swing a sword at him, and he has like pogo stick legs.
Go pogo stick.
And then he's got like a boxing glove on a spring that knocks someone out when they're in trouble. You know what I mean? He's got an arm that extends out and grabs stuff.
His world. Never mind.
You don't know who Inspector Gadget is, do you?
I know who Inspector Gadget is, and he's got, was it like the claw or whatever?
You know Matthew Broderick version though, not the weird like.
No, I know the cartoon.
I'm gonna say it. Nonce that he was in the cartoon. He did have a big energy like that.
A big nose,
yeah. And he used to hang out with a little blonde girl.
Which is like
always
his
wearing one of them big Mac.
Yeah,
always wearing one of them big Mac coats, like like Belisarius Call. Like what's going on underneath there? He's got a lot of
go gadget police raid blocker or something like
But he is pretty hard. He probably got a solution to every issue, and he's going to be like. You can tell if you're in a house, like let's say you're fighting him in like Terminator 2 style in a smelting plant, Like he's going to be on the walls and on the ceiling and shit,
it's
coming at you from all angles and stuff like that. And he's going to be scuttling
and
about.
And you know he'll be screeching binary at you, like, and you're like, oh my god, this is like fucking aliens.
What do we give Trajan?
Hang on, Trajan Valoris got a 7.
Right, we can't make Belisarius cool more of a hard bastard.
Yeah, because Trajan would probably smash his guts in, like.
Because he's just a meat box, isn't he? He's just a big slab of fucking...
Yeah, but the thing is that Belisarius Cole, you're not looking, right? Trajan gets him, and he's got him by the neck, and then all of a sudden,
he thinks is a neck.
what comes under his cloak, Belisarius
boxing
Cole's
glove
got
on a spring.
Mecha dendite that goes in the armor of him,
glove.
into his Jap's eye, straight in there, and starts like fucking...
but is that hard or is that sneaky? Is it more of a tactician's thing?
What I'm saying is, when Trajan Valoris is running at you, he's got 2 fists, and that's what he's doing to you, right?
Yeah.
He might have a sword. What you see is what you get. He might get his little fancy little knife out.
Yeah, he's WYSIWYG, isn't he?
Whereas Belisarius Cole, there's a lot of unknown factors, and
he's a box of
he ain't
tricks.
gonna fight fair, is he? Belisarius Cole ain't gonna fight fair.
I feel like he's like a porcupine. Or, in fact, one of his gadgets just is a porcupine. He just shoves a porcupine in your face.
Let's give him a 7. Give him the same, but it's just a different... It's measured
7.
by a different
metric. Make it a 7, but slightly skew-if.
And also, I imagine, same as Jane's are, same as Trajan Valoris, a 7 is fair. Because what's going to happen is, right, you get hold of him, I've got you now, fucking Belisarius Cole. Yeah. His body turns into a bomb, and his head just pops off, and some little crab legs come off, and he just scuttles off.
Or just he opens his voluminous robes, and 10,000 Primarchs Marines come flying out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or he's a really tiny, chubby, fully formed, naked little man sat on like a unicycle,
like a treadmill,
under that cloak, and he's like, "Oh, get off me!"
Yeah, immediately the minute you reveal him, he's like, come out little speakers, and he's like, "Oh shit!" and he runs away.
It's the fear of the unknown that we're not comfortable with, boys. That's the issue that we find ourselves facing.
I'm getting out of here.
I think he's like in
Mad
Mad Max in the Thunderdome. He's like the little guy who's always hanging around with the big guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be that, but under a cloak.
We just don't know, do we? We don't know. Now, we're going to get on to the DIY FYI.
10.
Where fuck me, that's a 10.
Nope, right. Here's
Oh,
that is my initial
counterpoint.
Thought.
Incense burning shell.
Here's the counterpoint. Everything that he invents for his lads is weird as fuck. It's outdated. And there's consequences. So, like, one of his main things, he's like, right, I've got 2 bunch of lads. I've got the lads with the cloaks, the rangers, or lasses, it's all good. And then we've got the other ones, the Vanguard or whatever, right? But the Vanguard are dying because of radiation. Well, you could just solve that by sorting the guns out. No, we're not doing that. So the amount of money you'd have to spend on a recall for those.
Yeah, but like... Your toilet would be floating, like, basing thing. Your toilet and bathtub would be floating on mag impeller plates. Like, you'd be buzzing about. You'd be like, got a floating toilet to drop a floater in.
Yeah, but then the walls would be covered in, like, paint that, like, rips your bones off.
Yeah, because
they might be on mag plates, or they might look like Leonardo da Vinci's helicopter. So you get on the
none of this is the bone scraping walls don't sound great, but the Leonardo da Vinci toilet, I like the sound of that.
I mean, it could be cool.
It's all fun and games until you're just trying to have a shit, and then you find yourself 5 miles from your house, you know, with your pants
desperate for a shit, and then you have to walk home.
Yeah, it turns out you're the dropping the bombs. Yeah,
exactly.
The toilet converts the energy you release into ordnance, and then you realise you're bombing the council estate, and you're like, oh crap, Belisarius Cole is an elitist.
You go back to him, and he goes, oh, I was looking at the STC the wrong way around for this toilet, and he turns it around and goes, oh yeah, sorry, sorry about that, that's a bit weird. So
what we're saying is he's a monkey paw, right? So you get what you want, but there's always a downside to it. So we're gonna have to dock him down to a 8.
Sounds fair, because even if he does you the monkey paw thing where it's slightly wrong, it'll be perfectly made.
It'll be good. Admech aren't perfectly made. That's the thing, though.
No.
Yeah, but he's different, isn't he? He's based almost a heretic because he does make stuff that works.
If you said to me, "Do you want a heretical toilet?" I'd say, "No, you're right, mate." That's what I'm saying. Like, if he's coming up to me and saying, "I can make you a toilet," right? So there used to be this program called the Fast Show, right? And it was, and there was this sketch. It was a comedy sketch program with Paul Whitehouse. You might know him from a fishing program.
Amy Winehouse,
with Bob Mortimer. But basically, there was this thing, right? And it would. Do you remember this sketch, Chris, where this guy would come back from shopping and his wife would go, "Did you get the milk like I asked for, darling?" And then he'd go, "Better than that." And then he'd just list off this like list of stuff that he's bought instead of milk. And it would be like, "I've bought this Fabergé egg. And I've bought the Cuban Missile Crisis and stuff like that." And it's like, I think we're here with Belisarius Cole. You'd be like, "Hi, Belisarius, have you fixed that toilet?" And he'd go, "Better than that. It now emits radiation, and it cleans your insides by literally removing your intestines and replacing them with metal ones."
I'm going to say that was like the worst description of a joke I've ever heard. That sounds like they're just like a shit joke.
Welcome to the 90s. Welcome to the 90s.
Did you buy the milk? No, I bought a condom. Okay, great. Well, that's
the
hilarious.
first show was excellent and it was perfect in its day,
time.
Right? So stop it.
Yeah, Sultan, you nerd.
Yeah, but I'm not from that time, you fucking.
We'll try and describe the black painting joke for you and see if you like that one.
I don't remember when Horus killed the Emperor, all right?
Right, so
the fucking spoilers, mate.
Jeez, fucking hell, son.
Sorry, spoilers from 1986.
Right, I'm knocking him down to a 7 because he is going to fix the toilet. But
just because I keep spoiling things?
Nah. Do him a 6. Do him a 6 or 5.
It's good. Right,
keep
5
going.
it keeps going down because
it's horrible.
It's
yeah,
5.
It's
really 4. 5 is perfect because of the conundrum you find yourself in. The problem is solved,
dice roll.
But the randomness of the solution to that problem
it's a dice roll.
Cannot be understated.
On a 1, 2, 3, on a 4, 5, 6, it's perfect. On a 1, 2, 3, your house is a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, and you're inside.
I think you only get it on a 5 up. I think you only get what you want on a 5 up. So,
well, that put him down to like a 3 then. If there's a 5 up,
right? He's on a 5.
He's on a 5.
Right,
that's fair. 5 is fair.
Galaxy Impact. Now this can't be
fucking massive.
This can't be understated because he has done some shit. He
fucked the game up for a lot of people. People that don't like Primaris. I'm not amongst them, but for some people, he really, really upset some real life nerds. So,
not even in the lore. We're even talking about just the generic design process of the 41st millennium. People have got and that has got to get him even more marks because no one on our list has fucked up neckbeards as more than Belisarius Cole.
Broke the fourth wall and fucked with the reality that we live in. That's a 10 if ever I heard it. That's a straight 10.
I don't think we're going to find somebody who's had more of an impact on the galaxy than Belisarius Cole, just in terms of everything he's invented is currently killing billions upon billions of innocent civilians.
Especially from an Imperium point of view, his impact is phenomenal. Maybe like the wider galaxy, when people don't care so much about the Imperium, it's less so. But just for the sheer fact that his efforts transcend reality out of the game into the real world, that's got to be a 10.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've lost Sultan, but that's good.
No, I'm here.
Oh, he's here. He's here.
I was just keeping my mouth shut because when you said people are getting annoyed about Primaris, and I really like them, so
I like them too.
They're better
we all
models.
like them here.
How about that?
We're not Weeping Bells from Pokemon.
Just
We're not
better
Pokemon
models.
number 54 or whatever it is. Primaris are what we need.
I just didn't want to offend any of our viewers who don't like Primaris.
No, I like them too.
There's space for all of them.
Yeah,
and
we're
also,
doing
all those people complaining about Primaris and Firstborns are dead. Like, we have not had so many Firstborn models in with Horus Heresy coming out. Like, we've got a brand new Tactical Marine squad. That nobody ever talks about. They always just go, "Oh yeah, still Primaris." It's like, you've just got a Plastic Leviathan, you bozo. Shut up and enjoy this rich time. It's not going anywhere. They'll try and sell you everything. They're not going to stop running Firstborns in 40k as long as Horus Heresy is going about, because
all three of us have or are working on Primaris armies, and we have or are working on Firstborn armies.
Yeah.
So you know what? If you don't like Primaris, stop listening. Don't stop listening, but
enjoy.
We need your patronage.
The only thing I think when it comes to Primaris is I like running either or. Like, I like running like Firstborn.
You don't like mixing them.
I don't mind a mix sometimes, but it has to be sort of thematic in my army composition.
Blood Angels mixes.
Here's like
Blood
a
Angels
little Primaris,
some
like
Blade Guard,
detachment,
some Vanguard. They work together.
Yeah. I'm thinking as well with Blood Angels. You've got like your Sanguinary Guard are specially appointed there.
Yeah.
But they still, because of what happened, they've got to have some Primaris boys because they've got like 4 dudes left kicking about. So, they got to bring some of the big lads in.
Yeah. For 2017.
Again, we're talking
Spoilers
about
for the
thematics, aren't we? He took that to heart, Chris, because we wanted to save people from an important part of a game that made me cry. I always want people to enjoy it for themselves, and he took it to heart. But yeah, I think it's thematic. What you're talking about there, like Primaris being used as like baseline troops for Blood Angels, totally makes sense. I think you can run a both. Yeah. It's personal preference. I don't think there's a problem with any of it. It's just what you.
Belisarius cool. 10 out of 10 for Galaxy Impact. And because he made people who were a bit too fragile cry. Cool. Anyway, moving on.
Swag factor. Yeah. Now,
he might have some swag under there.
He's a terrifying individual. He's got a look, and that look is
2007
Transformers mock-ups. That's what he looks like.
He looks like, room. Mate, he looks like a guy. Well, you know when you live in a block of flats and you have that communal bin. Mm-hmm. And it gets full, and then people just start throwing the bin bags on the top, and it creates this kind of weird box with a mound of weird shit all over it. And one of them opens up because the rats have got in it, and there's cans falling out everywhere. He looks like that. He looks like in fucking Labyrinth when she ends up in that with that weird junk collecting troll woman. You know what I mean? There's no swag there.
He looks like a bin.
No.
I'm not buying it at all.
The thing is, it's like if you see a goth,
looks like a bin.
If you see a goth, and you might not be into the goth style, but if the goth is committed, then there's part of you that respects the commitment.
Goths are auto 10 out of 10.
Belisarius Cole has chosen weird, creepy
body horror
robot.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
And he's taken it to a natural conclusion. He's got like a weird beetle shell on his back, like a tortoise. He's got like a big crest for some reason. He's got a little speaker.
He has got a crest.
He's got a crest, which I don't understand. He's got like a little robot coming out from between his legs that does look like
that's his penis.
His dick, yeah. It's a spider.
It's not a robot. Well, it is now, but it's part of him.
He's got like little generators hanging out everywhere. Like what
he's
I'm saying
got shit
is,
going on.
What I'm saying is, it's not my look. I'm not into it, but he has. Like,
you can't see yourself rocking the BC look.
Let me tell you. Okay, I'm going to make one more point. I'll leave it down to you two to decide.
Right.
But my point is, I think he's abandoned personal hygiene. He's too caught up in his works. He doesn't give a shit about spraying a bit of Lynx on before he goes out.
So that's half the community already.
He puts on whatever old shit he can find. He bolts it onto himself. You know what I mean? Purely because he finds it practical. That's why he's got like a laser gun coming out of one side and a robot coming out of his dick and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's.
But the truth is, he doesn't give a fuck. He hasn't put any thought into that. It's just happened. I ain't giving him anything.
None of it's there.
I'll give him a 1.
None of it's there.
It's over to you guys.
I mean, he has got a spider for a dick, so I can't give him. He's got to get a bonus point.
He's
for that.
dragging himself across this earth with his penis. By the looks
I can't believe I've only just noticed that because it is literally coming out of his junk area.
It is a robo
dick, it's
like
reaching out.
Looking at the model, he's got a lot going on.
It's like forging ahead. Like it's like the spider's like out looking for things. So he's like. His dick is like out
questing for
nutrients,
just questing for stuff that Warhammer can't write about anymore.
Listen. There is no other podcast in this hobby that would have the sentence Belisarius Cole's dick is out questing for knowledge and nutrients.
It's not even quite true. It's Belisarius Cole's spider dick.
His spider robot spider.
Tell your friends, you bunch of bozos. Listen to this fucking genius. And also, the thing that annoys me most, there's a lot about this model, but the maddest thing ever is that there's just a book that he stood on for no reason. Like, literally
he fucking hates knowledge.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Like, has he brought that to stand on? Like,
yeah.
Like,
I was reading it and then I stopped and now I drag it everywhere. It's just stuck to his foot. It's like a piece of toilet roll, you know? He's just left the toilet and he's just dragging this book with him. And his spider dick, he's trying to dry it on the paper.
It's all going on. I think Chris makes an excellent point in that it's not. None of it's an affectation, which is what the swag factor's all about. It is all purely practical.
Yeah, what's that little skull at the back doing, just holding up a pipe?
That's his pipe holder. I told you, it's all practical. He needs it for something. It's not a style choice. It's not like, oh, I know it'll look well good.
This is like when you play the game Xenon 2 Mega Blast for the Amiga, and you basically you're in a little spaceship and you keep adding things onto your spaceship.
Okay, here you go. There's one thing that's swag. All right, he's got a walking stick for his stomach. Look at it. Look at where that walking stick's. So there's a walking stick coming out. It's not for his walking stick is his giant axe thing. That little walking stick that's down below is just for his stomach.
It's practical, but
is that his member?
That's his pimp stuff. You know he's slaying. You know
that's the nutrient member. That's the one that sucks it from the ground. Like
I mean, listen, my man's has got a lot of resources, and he hasn't changed his raggedy ass red cloak. So I'm
Plus, look at that. He's got a little speaker by his head. He's blasting the tune.
That's cool. He's got some. He's got some Wu-Tang 36 chambers coming out of that.
He's
sure.
The real Slim Shady.
36 chambers. Listen, I'm now making the judgment. He's getting a 3.
That works.
He was going to get a 1.
That's 1 point for the staff and 1 point for the speaker that brings him above.
No, for the Wu-Tang.
It's 1 point because he gets 1 out of 10, but then he gets 2 bonus points because he's got a spider dick. Spider dick. So
okay, yeah.
I choose to believe it was 1 for each thing we found.
I didn't notice that until just now, and I'm obsessed
spider
with it now.
peen.
I might collect admit.
I
might just have Belisarius Call as the spider dick on the base and get rid of Call.
And you just change his name to Spider Dick, yeah.
Right,
anyway,
we've got to finish this up, boys. Yes,
Toby Carvery.
Toby
he'd be
Carvery.
a fucking nightmare to eat with.
Yeah,
because he can't fit in the door.
Hang on, he's going to be... What is all this useless food that you are consuming? Do you want me to turn your stomach into metal? And he's going to be like talking about like that and stuff.
Here is some nutrient paste. And he just shoves his spider dick in your mouth and it just squirts random like fluids in.
I think he's the kind of dickhead.
I just wanted to eat some Yorkshire puddings, you know?
He drinks
we ended it before this.
Yeah,
well, you should have. You just kept going on about it.
Chris,
he's got his Huel. He just drinks chocolate Huel.
He definitely drinks Huel. He definitely drinks Huel.
But nothing else. Just bachelor
underneath
chat.
The robes, he's got the Huel t-shirt. And he goes...
And the shaker.
I don't know what people's problem is. I don't enjoy eating, so this solves all my problems.
Gargling on Huel.
It has 96 common nutrients. Fuck it. Complex
Did you know
amino acids.
Made from all natural ingredients, and that is why
plant-based vitamins.
It looks like you've already ate it and shat it out.
Fuck.
I have no pancreas. Anyway.
He's going to be 0 because he doesn't eat food.
Yeah.
And
he won't understand why you're eating food.
And then the waitress is going to be like, table for our many, and you're going to be like, well, I don't know how he's going to sit down because he's basically like a walking spider thing.
Plus,
he's 20 guys
this is no
in
offense to anybody who might have this thing. He's essentially schizophrenic because he got multiple personalities. He downloads to different databases, so you never know who you're going to get for that day.
And then it's going to be
he has never bought a tin of Lynx Africa either. He is going to honk.
Reesty.
He's going to smell like engine fuel, and he's going to smell like petrol. It's going to be acrid. It's going to make everyone upset.
It's going to be a fucking nightmare. Isn't it?
And you know what? He's probably radioactive because everybody is in 40k.
Yeah.
you go to the waitress and you go, sorry, can we have a table? Have you got a chair for somebody with an abdomen? Like, I don't know what's going on under the
Can I have a table for 6, please? Oh, yeah, okay, sure, no worries. Then 2 people walk in and like, oh.
I think he's a spider creature or something. And then, like, the robot...
He identifies as a spider, yeah.
So he's getting 0 because there's just so many variables. And even in the best situation, it's basically like taking your car inside the Toby Carvery that's currently running, but like a really old shitty car. So it's the
1999 Renault Clio. Engine falls out. Yeah.
Anybody. So he's getting a 0. So we're going to recap on Belisarius Call. I'm so glad I picked him because he's so good. T8 Triple R Bastard Ability is a 7. DIY FYI is a 5. Galaxy Impact is a 10, Swag Factor is a 3, and the Toby Carvery Conundrum is a 0. Thank you, Belisarius Cole. Get out of here.
Yay!
You got laughed away. don't like that because it reminds me. It's like Happy Days, that sort of vibe. It's,
yeah.
Oh,
but like
I thought you were going to say it like reminds you of school or something. I was like, do you want to talk about it? Like... Anyway,
laughed at me because
that
I had a robot spider dick.
Wrap up the second, of our top trumps, best of the rest, or everyone but the Primarchs episodes. I've been Sultan. Brap's been here. Chris has been here. Brap, do you want to shout out Mr. LA French?
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, if you like the intro music and the outro music, it's by our good friend LA French. You can check out his stuff on lafrench.bandcamp.com. We've had no reviews on Apple Podcasts this week, so we need you to get onto all the streaming services. Write us a review if you haven't already done it. It helps us out loads, and it basically gets us to more and more people. So we need people listening, and because we're going to talk about robot spider dicks in the 41st millennium and other Jane Czar's stupid hair. So we need people to be ready to listen to that and enjoy that.
Yeah. You can find all our stuff, all the social medias and all the things you need at bonemagic.com because that's a special website. And if you go back through our catalogue, you'll find the origins of that website. And because we love you and because we kind of fucked things up recently, you're going to get this episode today, and we're also going to go and do the next part, which will be available next week, which is the usual time. So you get two Finecasts in a row, 2 weeks in a row. So
for the price of one.
We're going to go do that.
There you go.
For the price of just one. We're going to continue our journey shortly. But thank you very much for joining us, and we love you, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.